Well, now it's time to welcome in Citrus TV's tennis beat reporter, Paul Mancano, to talk about a season that's really been up and down and now back up for the Orange. Who's really stepped up the most in this late season run?
Well, there have been a lot, really, that have stepped up over these past 6 or 7 games, but I'm going to have to go with Gabriela Knudsen. She's been excellent as of late and probably Syracuse's best player all season long. The freshman kind of came out of nowhere. She's been the third best player on this team since the start of the season, but she has been dominant as of late. She's lost just one singles match in the past 6 matches, so look for her to be dominant as the team enters ACC play.
And just to clarify, it is Knudsen for the record.
It is,
right.
It is.
I've got that wrong in the past. All right, so we're going to move on, though. Really, like I said, up to start, then down, then back up. What about this team has kind of lent to being so streaky?
It's tough to say. A lot of it, I think, though, would have to do with the competition. They started off the season 7-0, which was its best start in about 7 years. But then after that, they really started to struggle as they reached conference play. And from there, they started to play teams that were consistently ranked, not only in the top 50, but the top 25 of the ITA. So the level of competition led to their 5-game losing streak right in the middle of the season. But now they're starting to get a little bit of an easier schedule, and you see them back to their winning ways. So I think it has to do mostly with competition, but it is frustrating at times because the team can look so good one day, and then the next day just look like a subpar team.
You talk about competition. They've definitely got that coming up with the ACC Tournament. What do you see or really expect from this team in the tournament?
Well, Syracuse is a 7th seed in the tournament. One of certainly their best seeding since they've reached the ACC is they have a winning record for the first time since 2012. But I really expect this team, they get a bye in the first round, but then they have to play either 2 teams that they have played earlier on in the season, one that they beat and one that they lost to. So we'll see as to how they'll do against those 2 teams. But over on the other side, if they're to win, then they have to face Miami, a team that they really struggled with early on in the season. So I think it's pretty much 1 win max for this team in the ACC tournament, but not a terrible showing considering they got a bye in the first round, and a 7th seed is not too shabby.
So then down to the nitty-gritty of it, your prediction the rest of the way. How far is this team going?
Well, it really depends on if they're able to get that first win in the ACC tournament, I think. But beyond that, this team has really shown the ability to bounce back, to be resilient as they've come back from a 5-game losing streak. This team really has a very high ceiling, which is surprising considering they have so many freshmen. But if they're to reach the NCAA tournament, and I think that they should, even though they're a bubble team right now, I think that they could really go far if some of their best players are getting hot at the right time.
All right, well, thanks, Paul. That's Citrus TV's tennis beat reporter, Paul Mancano. You can follow him along on Twitter for all your tennis updates. Now, back to you, Marcus.